everyone. My name is Rosemary White, and I am the Student Success Coordinator in the Office of Graduate Studies.
Hello, everyone. My name is Stephanie Duarte Amezcua, and I am a current grad student in the Biological Sciences Department, and I work with the Office of Grad Studies as well.
Thanks, Stephanie. So today we're going to talk to you a little bit about what's the deal with grad school. So on your path to a career, we are hoping to encourage you to consider grad school along the way. We want you to know that it's not what some people think of it as, just this thing that some other elite group of students do. It's for anyone. We do think that all undergrads should do some research with regard to your interests and aptitudes about careers and try to figure out whether a grad degree is needed for jobs that you might want. We are also going to talk today about a little bit of information on what grad school entails and how to go about getting there. But first, we want to jump back to that whole thing about it being for somebody else. It isn't just for some other elite group. We want you to resist the imposter syndrome, which is very, very common among all students. And I'll tell you what, even your professors feel this. Even the people who run this university feel this imposter syndrome. It's just so natural for people to think, like the graphic on the left side of this picture, what I know is small and what everybody else knows is huge. And that just isn't the reality. And so we want you to just think about a different reality, which is that what you know overlaps with what everybody else knows. And you can do a lot of things that you might think that you're not built for. We want you to feel like you are braver than you believe, stronger than you seem, and smarter than you think. So that's part of why we like to make sure that you know that there's lots of support for you to consider grad school. What we would like you to do is do a little bit of research on you and on careers. The Career Center at Chico State has some really cool resources like Focus 2, which has these really quick little modules that you can just click answers to online about your interests and values and skills, and it can help you kind of hone in on what some jobs are that you might be interested in. Once you do those, and as I say, they maybe take 10 minutes to do, and they have about five of them in different areas, interests or values or skills, etc. Then it puts everything together and gives you this list of jobs that you might be interested in based on your answers to those questions. And you can take that and use it with things like these job specific research resources, the Occupational Outlook Handbook by the Department of Labor, or the California specific labor market guide, which is similar to the Occupational Outlook Handbook. Or you can bring it into ONET Online, which has some other resources that are all sort of in the same vein. And you can type some of those job titles into these websites, and it can tell you what level of education you need for that particular job. And that can help you a lot in figuring out whether you do want to consider grad school. The other things that those can do is give you a little bit of information about what the job is specifically entailing and what kind of environment you work in, how much you can earn, whether that is something that is a career field that is expanding in demand. So those are very useful. Um, there are differences between grad school and undergrad, And the basic thing is that undergraduate education is starting out really general. It lays a very broad foundation, and your classes increase in complexity over your 4 years. Grad education, on the other hand, is a really deep dive into a focused area. So you're going to be honing in on something that's very interesting to you, and you're going to go into theory, applying that theory, doing a lot of independent research on new ideas and problems. And how long it takes you to do that depends on which grad degree you decide to pursue. So there are many different kinds of graduate degrees. Um, we have teaching credentials, which just take 1 year, and that will allow you, no matter what your undergraduate study was, you could go into teaching in an elementary or high school. It only takes 1 year. A master's degree will typically take 2 years, and you'll get a Master of Science if you're more in the STEM area, and you'll get a Master of Arts if you're in the social sciences and humanities. Um, the first three that I just mentioned, Chico State offers, but Chico gives you support. Grad Studies will support you, even if you want to go on to a different university and get one of these other degrees. You can get a law degree in 3 years. You can get an education doctorate in 3 years. A PhD in any field takes typically 4 to 6 years. And then the longest is an MD, which takes 7 to 11 years. But just know that even if you wanted to study a master's degree somewhere else, Chico State can help you. We do have very strong connections to all of the 30 graduate programs we have here at Chico State, and we can certainly get you connected with grad coordinators from those programs. But we also like to put you in touch with faculty who might be able to recommend where the good, strong programs are at other universities if we don't offer what you're looking for.
Yes, now to move on how do I find funding, which is one of the questions that you might be wondering about when thinking about graduate school. One important thing to remember here is that even as a graduate student, it is very important for you to fill out the FAFSA application. Now, maybe in past years, you were dependent under your parents in FAFSA, but once you become a graduate student, you will become independent. And now the FAFSA, it's very important because it might decide if you get to apply to these grants or if you can get picked. So the ways that we can find funding is through state university grants or SUGs and scholarships. Like we have the Wildcat Scholarship, and we also have some departments may offer departmental scholarships or discretionary funds. Um, or also some departments offer opportunities as a teaching and research assistant. Um, Another opportunity is through campus employment through CSU or CSC. Research stipends and awards like McNair, Stark Award, and CSC Squared Award. Um, or the Graduate Equity Fellowship Program, the Cal State University Sally Casanova Pre-Doctoral Scholars Program for students that might be interested in going forward to a PhD program. This scholars program is a really good program to keep in mind and to look into, as well as the CSU Chancellor Doctoral Incentive Program. Now, to start in, how do I get there? The first thing that you want to keep in mind is to start planning to apply early. So most applications open nearly a year ahead of the semester that you want to attend. So for example, if you're a senior now and you want to apply for the next cycle, the Chico State application for fall 2026 opens in October of this year. And depending on the program that you're going to apply to, deadlines start in January. And most programs start in the fall, but in rare cases, depending on the program, again, they might offer a spring start with deadlines in the fall. Now, applications require a statement of purpose. So they'll want you to know who you are, where you're going, and why you can be successful in this program. Sometimes they give you writing prompts. And using wording from those prompts to make sure you address what they're asking for is really helpful. And Graduate Studies offers workshops to help you write this statement of purpose. So we have a specific statement of purpose workshop in which we help you tackle this. And then you'll also likely need from 2 to 3 letters of recommendation. So make sure to network with your professors, connect with your professors, as well as give your professors a head up that you're applying and you're putting them down as a letter of recommendation. Follow up with a formal email requesting the recommendation. So if you go into the Graduate Studies page, you will find a template on the requesting the recommendation email. And make sure to include and attach your resume to that email. And applications are often easier and take less time than you might think. If you have any questions, you can feel free to email the Graduate Studies or talk with the Grad Studies. We have admission coordinators who can help you with the Cal State Apply application. This application is a CSU-wide application, so all the CSUs use the same application, and we have people here at Chico State that are able to help you with that. And if you're applying somewhere else, we are still available, and other universities have similar staff that can help you with this as well. So don't hesitate to reach out because programs want you and they want your application.
Thanks, Stephanie. So that's just a very brief introduction to what is the deal with grad school. We want you to know that the Office of Graduate Studies is here to help you. We hope that you will contact us at Graduate Studies anytime you have questions. You can email us at graduatestudies@csuchico.edu, or you can come to our Graduate Studies web page on the Chico State website. If you're on campus, we hope you will drop into the Grad Cafe, which happens in Sylvester's 100 every Friday from 10 a.m. to noon. We do have some graduate studies staff there who can answer questions you may have about applying. And we also have current grad students like Stephanie who are typically there and can kind of talk to you a little bit about their own experience getting in. Another place where you can mingle with other students who are considering grad school, as well as current grad students who want to support you, is through the Graduate Pathways Society Club, and it's GPS for short. We meet on the second Wednesday of each month via Zoom, or it's hybrid, so it's also in Student Services Center 150. And you can sign in to Cats Connect to get the details and information about that club and all of our meetings and events. So we do hope that you will take advantage of the support that we have for you. Please do not hesitate to reach out to us. We'd love to support you if graduate studies are in your future. Good luck.
Good luck.